Hey guys, and welcome to another series that is long overdue, the Warframe mod review series Modular. So update 18.4.7 has brought us a whole bunch of new augments to play around with for both Equinoxs and Atlas. Now this episode we're going to focus on the augment for Equinox's first ability, Metamorphosis, which is called Duality. Duality is actually a very simple mod in terms of what it does, which is that after the switch from night to day or day to night, the one that you're switching from splits from an Equinoxs and effectively becomes a Spectre, dealing 300% of your weapon damage for 7 seconds. Now it can be picked up by gaining the rank of Maxim with Arbiters, or Flawless with New Loka, and spending 25,000 reputation. Now from testing, duration is definitely affected by duration mods, and with the build specifically for max duration, you can push it to about 20 seconds maybe, 20-21, although that is really ruining the rest of the build, so something around 14 seconds is probably more likely with a duration build, and it doesn't make a mess of the rest of the frame. Now in addition to that, it doesn't appear that power strength affects the damage from the Metamorphosis Spectre, although to be honest it's pretty difficult to test that, to be honest. If it does turn out that it does affect it, I will post an annotation on the video and I'll put something in the description below as well. Also, the clone that appears is going to use your currently equipped weapon, whether that be a primary, secondary or melee. So make sure you have the weapon you want it to use equipped when you actually do the switch. So what do I actually think about the augment? Well, it's definitely hit or miss at the moment. I love the idea, it's pretty clever and brings a different dimension to Equinoxs. Using the clone to cover you while you reload, or while you revive a teammate for example, or you can do what I do, give it a high status weapon like maybe a status build Ignis, and it spreads procs around for you. Non-corrosive projection void with the Spectre. That spreading corrosive procs is pretty fun. Having the Spectre spread radiation's even more fun. That's not to say it doesn't suffer for some fairly major issues though. Firstly, the Spectre AI is not really the smartest. It might be the smartest we have in the game, but half of the times where it spends half the duration just spinning around in circles doing nothing, or running into walls, or just not doing anything at all, is really kind of annoying. Plus its accuracy is horrendous. I've seen it miss an entire magazine from the later on Wraith from 2 meters in front of the enemy. It was easier to hit than it was to miss. It's just so bad. This is why, to be honest, is why I gave it the Ignis. Even if the Spectre can't aim at all, the likelihood is still going to kill the enemy, because it's just vaguely aiming towards it. So is it an augment I'm going to use often? The answer is that if the AI controlling the Spectres was better, or even more accurate, so when it does decide to shoot, it would actually hit the target occasionally, then yes, I would use it. It is actually a really fun augment. It's not meant for your serious endurance runs, but when you're just messing around doing whatever you need to do, it is a fun mod to have. And I expect I'm going to mess around with it while farming the next prime. Now I have to admit, I do wish the duration was that little bit longer, maybe 10 or 12 seconds rather than 7, so that you don't really have to specifically focus the frame for duration to get anything out of it, but this is me being picky. The mod itself is a really interesting one. It's pretty well designed, but for regular use, I think it is pretty flawed, which is a massive shame because I really want to use this quite a bit. Is it worth picking up with your standing? I do think it's worth it because, you know, equip it with weapons where it doesn't matter too much if they aim, and the Spectre can be devastating as well as helpful. Just don't expect too much from it when you're using anything that requires accuracy. So I hope you enjoyed the return to Modular. You can expect this to be more regular again now, as I'm going to go through all the augments we got in 18.4.7 first, then on to the ones we got in the past, so you guys can get the most out of these mods. So as always guys, many thanks for watching, and I shall see you in the next video.